Okay.
Today's idiom of the day is from pillar to post. This is another English idiom which means if somebody is moved from pillar to post, they are moved repeatedly from one place or position to another. Pillar to post also means moving from one place to another in an unceremonious or fruitless manner. I will start with two amazing origins, both originating from around the same time in the 15th and 16th centuries, and then end up with some examples. I will start with the medieval origin. During the 1400s and 1500s, people who stole or committed illegal acts or cheated were considered a witch, were pilloried. And after being pilloried, if it was a serious crime, you were sometimes taken to a nearby post to be flogged. Pilloried, this was subsequently shortened to pillar, hence from pillar to post. When you was being pilloried or pillared, you would be placed in the stocks and have rotten fruit thrown at you or eggs thrown at you. Now there is an amusing story about Daniel Defoe, he who wrote Robinson Crusoe fame. Well, he was being pilloried, but he was that well liked that the people threw flowers at him instead. Now let's look at the second origin of pillar to post, and this comes from real tennis. This used to be known as the sport of kings and was originally known as royal tennis. Lawn tennis, which we know as a major worldwide sport, was invented in my home city of Birmingham, England, and is now commonly known simply as tennis, and is directly descendant of what is now known as real tennis or royal tennis. This continues to be played today as a separate sport with more complex rules. At one time, real tennis was more popular than the game of tennis we know today. Top photographer Frederica Adam, pictured here, kindly gave me permission to reproduce her photos in her connection with real tennis. Has been awarded a triple Oxford University Blue in tennis, in real tennis and basketball when I was her coach at Oxford University basketball. And she's seen here with His Royal Highness Prince Edward, the Earl of Wessex, who was to complete his year-long mission to play on every real tennis court worldwide as part of the Duke of Edinburgh Award Scheme, a fundraising mission. Okay, back to the real tennis connection and the reference to pillar to post. This refers to this ancient form of tennis being played in an enclosed court with pillars and posts upon which the ball can be bounced or cannoned off, and a good player would play the ball off either pillar or a post and having his opponent running from pillar to post. So there we have it, pillar to post. So those are thought to be the origins of pillar to post. Now here are some examples of usage. We have been moving from pillar to post for the past 5 years. Can we not finally settle down here? This means we have been living in different places. They have been sending me from pillar to post looking for replacement parts, but nowhere seems to have them in stock. Dad was in the army and we moved from pillar to post year after year, meaning we moved from country to country. After I told one person my secret, it quickly went from pillar to post around the office. After Shrek joined the Air Force, the family kept moving from pillar to post, meaning from country to country. I am exhausted. After a weekend of being shoved from pillar to post, from here to there to everywhere. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this idiom of the day, being pushed from pillar to post, and what the origins were. I find it fascinating that those two origins. Okay, so as I said, hope you've enjoyed them. Please make a comment below, and I'll see you on the flip side.
Okay.